What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Monday. I'm doing well myself, and I hope you guys had a very nice, relaxing weekend. Well, as we know, we've had some major gunfire in this country over the past 24 hours. Okay, there were two other situations that's not included in this particular thumbnail right here. One took place on Burbage Street on Saturday, where they had a fight break out, and a young lady from Chicago, well, her life was taken, okay, as a result of that. Then we had a situation that took place, I think it was on Saturday in Spokane, and where you had an idiot shoot up a hospital. Okay, that particular one, hey, I didn't have time to actually cover, but these main three right here, this is where we are in America these days, people. If you understand what I'm saying. Mass shootings are on the rise, so much to the point to where it can be considered an epidemic. Okay, I'm sure you guys might have heard about the one that happened with the Michigan church shooter. Okay, Thomas Sanford on the far left over here, and his reason for shooting that church up and setting it afire after he drove his truck through the front doors was that Mormon Church is actually the Antichrist. Okay, so but he didn't survive, what he did. Now these other two right here, well, they did, and they are arrested. Southport mass shooting, Nigel Edge in the middle here. Don't understand why he did what he did, but we're going to cover that. And you have Kickapoo, Lucky Eagle Casino shooting, Kieran Jones. Okay, he's another one. I don't understand why he went to that casino and shot the place up. But from what I understand, I think a couple lives were lost, or at least I know one life was lost. And I think a lady was injured, severely injured. But what we're going to do is check out all three, well, we'll make it four of these particular situations right here, and then we'll get back to the commentary.
Other news tonight, a developing story out of Michigan. At least 4 people were killed and several others wounded after a gunman opened fire inside a Mormon church and then set it on fire. Authorities now calling it an act of targeted violence, and some victims are still unaccounted for. And tonight, our first look at the shooter, Thomas Sanford, in this image from his mother's Facebook page. Here's ABC's Perry Russell.
Tonight, police searching for those missing after a deadly attack in a Michigan church. Hundreds of worshipers inside the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints for Sunday services when a gunman opened fire.
We have an active shooter at the church, and PD's on scene saying the building is also on fire.
Police in Grand Blanc, Michigan, about 50 miles northwest of Detroit, say the suspect rammed a pickup truck through the front door, got out, and started shooting.
That suspect is a 40-year-old male from the city of Burton, who we identified as Thomas Jacob Sanford.
Paula, a teacher at the church, describing the terrifying moments to ABC affiliate WXYZ.
One of our counselors was up speaking, and we heard a big bang and the doors blew.
A fire starting inside the church. Authorities believe it was set by the gunman. Firefighters forced to retreat as the roof collapsed.
I have people trapped in the building. Repeat, people trapped in the building.
2 officers arriving, engaging the suspect, and killing him. Multiple agencies, including the FBI and ATF, now investigating.
The FBI is committed to continue finding out the facts, circumstances, and motives behind this tragedy. I can confirm at this time that the FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
Investigators say the shooter used an assault rifle and may have had multiple improvised explosive devices inside his truck, seen here at the entrance of the now destroyed church.
Our church is gone. I joined the church 38 years ago to see somebody would do this to my church.
Officials say they are searching the shooter's home just 8 miles from the church and reviewing his cell phone records as they work to find a motive. Perry Russell, ABC News, New York.
Let's jump over now to get more information on the mass shooting in North Carolina. You see CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry, who's been spending time there. Good morning, Skylar. Help us understand what happened in this shooting and why officials there are seemingly certain that it also was targeted and purposeful.
Yeah, that's what law enforcement said yesterday during a press conference, Errol. Breaking down a timeline as to what happened, police say that they first got 911 calls shortly after 9 o'clock on Saturday night. It was then that folks who were here at American Fish Company say that shots started to ring out here, so much so that people started to hit the deck. They say that several people were hit, both outside and inside of this popular pub and concert venue where usually people would come out, enjoy some music, enjoy food and drinks as well. Then they say that everything happened so quickly, but they were able to get their eyes on a boat that actually left right across the way here from the dock here, and they say that it was the suspect, Nigel Edge, who was able to get away a little after 10 p.m. on Saturday night. Of note, police say that they were able to arrest Edge, the suspected shooter, in less than an hour as he tried to make his way back to where his residence is, a little bit further down in Oak Island. They say that this was a premeditated and targeted attack. He is due in front of a judge today. He's facing several charges, including 3 counts of first-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Something else to note here, Errol, is that the death penalty is something that is possible here in North Carolina. Prosecutors say that that is not off the table. We will see where that goes as they move forward. We spoke with a business owner, Todd Weaver, yesterday, who is here among the crowd. He says that he saw friends and also folks that he regularly sees when he comes to this venue go down with wounds, trying to help and trying to deal with what ultimately could be described as a chaotic situation. And he said that, you know, he was heartbroken to see what happens to this regular spot that he comes to on a weekly, if not bi-weekly basis. But he says that he will continue to come back. Yesterday we were out here, a growing memorial, if you can see it right beside me. Teary-eyed members of this community were here to pay their respects, but they simply say that something like this has never happened here, and they hope that it never happens again.
Heartbreaking stuff there. Skylar with the latest. Thank you very much.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Darian Trotter. 3 mass shootings within the last 24 hours, and we've been following every breaking detail. From a deadly shooting in Eagle Pass to a deadly shooting at a church in the Midwest. And another on the East Coast. It's been a violent 24 hours. The shooting in Eagle Pass happened at Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino. 2 people there are dead, including a retired Customs and Border Patrol agent. The suspect is in custody tonight. The suspected gunman, identified as 34-year-old Karen Jones, he was arrested by police more than 100 miles away from the casino in Stockdale. That's about an hour southeast from San Antonio. We have team coverage in Eagle Pass. We begin with Fox SA's Destiny Fuller. She's been in Eagle Pass for us all day, speaking to law enforcement officers and members of the community.
We're getting a closer look at the suspect accused of carrying out a deadly shooting at the Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Saturday night. 34-year-old Karen Jones of San Antonio is accused of killing 2 people and wounding 5 others. Eagle Pass Mayor Aaron Valdez naming one of those victims, Mark Antley, in a tribute on social media, calling the retired Customs and Border Protection officer a leader and friend.
First of all, I would like to give my condolences to the 2 families. I understand there's 2 deceased, and hopefully prayers for the ones that are wounded.
Fox SA obtaining this exclusive video of authorities with the FBI and Texas Department of Public Safety searching Jones's apartment in San Antonio this afternoon.
The charges is 2 counts of chemical murder and 5 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
In its first and only press conference of the day, Maverick County Sheriff Tom Schmerber tells us that he was keeping things brief, saying this is still a developing investigation and there's a long way to go.
We spoke to 2 people who were at the casino when the shooting happened.
Hurts me more seeing them also suffer for no reason. They had no fault in this. They just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that our hearts are with them.
Noemi Trejo was visiting the casino with her sisters for what she thought would be a peaceful trip. Instead, they spent their first night running for their lives.
It's like you have to live in fear now. It's very scary. We were very shooken up. We couldn't fall asleep.
Another woman we spoke to wanted to stay anonymous. She says she saw it all happen from this view in her hotel room.
We heard 12 gunshots. It was boom, 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 boom. You could see everybody running out. And I was kind of worried and scared for the elderly people because they were being pushed around and everything.
Jones left the scene, making it more than 175 miles away. State troopers arrested him in Stockdale after he led them on a chase. He's been brought back to Maverick County.
This investigation is conducted by the Kickapoo Police Department, and they would release more information later on.
In Eagle Pass, I'm Destiny Fuller, Fox SA.
This is breaking news on WDSU News this morning.
We begin this morning with breaking news. One person is dead and 3 others were injured in a shooting along Bourbon Street. According to the New Orleans Police Department, the shooting happened just after 2 this morning in the 100 block of Bourbon Street. Police say 1 man and 2 women were found at the scene, and a 4th woman was found at the intersection of Canal and St. Charles. Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says the woman killed was a 33-year-old innocent bystander visiting from Chicago to celebrate her birthday. She added one of the other victims was the woman's sibling. According to Kirkpatrick, they were able to review video footage calling the shooting a shootout that escalated from a fight.
We recognize the legality of being able to carry a gun, but when you mix it with people who are drinking, then we have a high-risk situation. So please leave your guns at home.
According to Kirkpatrick, it's early in the investigation, but they believe they have a person of interest. Anyone with information on this shooting is urged to call police.
The NOPD releases these pictures of the suspected shooter and persons of interest in a deadly shooting early this morning on Bourbon Street. The NOPD says the 2 men and 2 women were on scene when the shooting happened. Police say the man on the far left is believed to be the shooter. As Josh Robertson reports, the NOPD chief Ann Kirkpatrick says the woman killed was visiting the city to celebrate a birthday.
In the early hours of Sunday morning, shots rang out near the foot of Bourbon Street, leaving people running for their lives. 3 women and 1 man were shot during the incident, and NOPD tells us one of the women died at the scene.
We know her to be 33 years old. She has a sibling who was with her who was also shot.
They say one of the women was also grazed and later found near Canal and St. Charles and taken to the hospital. NOPD Police Chief Ann Kirkpatrick arrived at the scene as investigators canvassed the area and says the woman killed was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's an unfortunate event because this young lady was here from Chicago celebrating a birthday. And she is an innocent bystander, according to the information we can see from videos and witness statements.
Kirkpatrick says the investigation is ongoing, but they were able to pull surveillance video of the incident from Bourbon security cameras. She's also urging people to leave their guns at home.
We recognize the legality of being able to carry a gun, but when you mix it with people who are drinking, then we have a high-risk situation. So please leave your guns at home. If you know of people who are carrying illegally, please report it through Crime Stoppers. Don't let it escalate. Help be a partner to us.
I mean, we had a wonderful day. It was my husband's birthday, so we had a wonderful day, and it's sad to hear that still, what's going on with people, huh?
Yeah.
We spoke with visitors staying at a nearby hotel on Canal Street. They say they heard sirens shortly after the shooting took place around 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah, and someone was killed. You know, it's heartbreaking.
They tell us they visit the city often, and while they love the city's vibrant culture, incidents like this are tough to hear.
During the daytime in New Orleans, it's amazing. Yeah. You don't have to worry about anything. It just touches my heart that somebody lost their lives last night. I mean, wow, it could have been us.
I like to say condolences to all the families for their loss, to the bereaved families that were caught up in these situations right here. It's a damn shame that this country has become so trigger happy to the point to where I'm gonna go get my gun. I don't like what he said or what she said, and I don't like what kind of church you go to. I'm gonna go and shoot it up. Here in Michigan, the church burning, and shooting. North Carolina, Southport, mass shooting, and this Kickapoo, Las Vegas dude, right? Man, come on. What's the matter? You lost at the casino. Nobody told you to go anyway. It's always a risk that you can lose your money. I don't know if that was the reason why you went to shooting, but damn, It just wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? And also, I think anybody that's engaging in, you know, these community shootings, mass shootings, whatever you want to call them, you know, should not be taken alive, even if they surrender. You see what I mean? Because, hey, their intent was to go out and take lives, and therefore, just like the Most High's words say, whoever, you know, whoever man, basically, and I'm paraphrasing that, sheds blood, so by man his blood should be shed too. You know, so hey, it is what it is. I'm tired of this shit, man. It don't make no sense. You know, you got these dumbasses out here. I'm mad, somebody's gonna pay. You know, that kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you can't even go to any kind of festivities. You're taking, you know, your life, your health into your hands when you do it. You know, just like that situation that took place on Bourbon Street. Fight breaks out, and then you got dumbasses busting caps, people getting hit. You know, things like that. Like I said, they should not be taken alive, even if they were to basically surrender. That's just the way I feel about it. But what say you people? Tell me what you think about these particular situations right here and this epidemic of mass shootings that we have going on in this country now. I would like to hear your thoughts on it in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.